Worcestershire's Treasures are a group of 5 trainees that work at different places around Worcestershire. So we've got me at the Museum of Royal Worcester. It's a 15-month traineeship which includes a postgraduate certificate as well, and also a lot of training opportunities.
If you hold that, Annika, and just look at it very carefully and closely, you can see how beautiful the gilding is. And do you remember what we call this work?
Pierced work?
Pierced decoration, absolutely. And it's really difficult. Do you know how it was done by George Owen?
By hand.
By hand. I think the traineeships bridge a huge gap. It takes quite an adjustment when one leaves university and finds oneself in the workplace. And the traineeship really prepares somebody for full-time work. So they can become more confident, they can have better skills, they can prove that they have experience, and they can actually improve on the skills that they've got.
To be a good museum worker, I think you need, the main thing is passion for what you do, because no one comes into this for the money and glamour. You need to really love working in museums and working with objects. In each of the cases there's a number with headphones on a green piece of card that corresponds to a number on your audio guide. So you can listen to the little segment. It doesn't matter if you listen to them out of order because it will still make sense because it's not in a continuous story.
Heritage is terribly important. It's where all our roots are, and it's one of those aesthetic things that you just can't quantify. The pleasure that you have when you look at something or hold something or learn about it. In our case, it's particularly important because of all the lives that the factory touched. It represents hundreds of thousands of memories.
All the tiny bits, the eyes and the lashes, I found easy, but the shading was very hard for me.
Young people, I think, have a different outlook on what is important in museums. We don't really see museums as places where all these objects need to be hidden away, kept in dark, dusty rooms. The highlight of the traineeship for me, I think, is being able to come into a museum every day and say I work in a museum. I think this traineeship will be very useful for going forward into the future, and I've had a lot of training that I would never have got otherwise, and also it's really good to have 15 months of working in a sort of very recognisable museum on my CV.